The zone of interest is a haunting cinematic exploration of the mundane face of evil set against the chilling backdrop of the Auschwitz concentration camp, directed by Jonathan Glazer, renowned for his unconventional approach as seen in films like Under the Skin. The film delves into the lives of a Nazi family residing in proximity to this horrific institution. By centering its narrative on the perpetrators rather than the victims, Glazer offers a profoundly unsettling and thought-provoking perspective on the Holocaust. The film's meticulous attention to detail, from the meticulously recreated suburban setting to the haunting sound design, immerses the viewer in the world of its characters. Glazer's decision to focus on the everyday lives of ordinary people, complicit in extraordinary atrocities, is a bold and challenging choice. By doing so, he forces audiences to confront the insidious nature of evil and the potential for human depravity within seemingly normal individuals. The deliberate pace, a double-edged sword. The zone of interest employs a deliberate pacing that both enhances and hinders its overall impact. While the film's measured rhythm undoubtedly contributes to its somber and contemplative atmosphere, it also risks alienating viewers accustomed to faster-paced narratives. The extended sequences focused on the mundane routines of the Horst family, while essential to the film's exploration of the banality of evil, can occasionally test the patience of the audience. However, it is crucial to recognize that the film's slow pace is a conscious artistic choice. By mirroring the gradual erosion of human decency with the Nazi regime, Glazer forces viewers to confront the uncomfortable truth that evil can thrive in the most ordinary of circumstances. The extended silences and the static shots serve to amplify the horror, as the audience is given ample time to contemplate the implications of the characters' actions and the atrocities taking place just beyond the garden fence. Ultimately, the film's pacing is a double-edged sword. While it may alienate some viewers, it is undeniably effective in achieving its thematic goals. Glazer's visual mastery. The zone of interest is a masterclass in cinematic language, with every frame carefully composed to evoke a sense of unease and dread. Glazer's decision to shoot the film from a low angle is particularly effective in creating a power dynamic between the viewer and the Nazi characters. By positioning the camera below the actors, he elevates their stature, transferring them into imposing and menacing figures. This visual distortion mirrors the psychological impact of their characters on the victims, emphasizing their power and control. The film's use of long takes and static frames contributes to the overall sense of claustrophobia and entrapment. By restricting the viewer's perspective, Glazer forces us to inhabit the same confined space as the characters, experiencing their isolation and helplessness. This deliberate pacing mirrors the characters' limited agency with the Nazi regime, highlighting their complicity in the atrocities being committed. The striking use of negative exposure during the fruit scene is a masterstroke. This monochromatic sequence starkly contrasts the innocence of the fruit girl with the darkness of the Nazi world, highlighting the dichotomy between good and evil. The fruit girl herself becomes a symbol of hope and resilience. Her presence in the film offers a brief respite from the overwhelming darkness, a reminder of the human spirit's capacity for compassion. The negative exposure technique emphasizes her isolation and vulnerability, underscoring the fragility of innocence in a world consumed by evil. Furthermore, the film's color palette plays a crucial role in establishing its unsettling atmosphere. The muted tones and the desaturated colors contribute to the overall bleakness and despair, while the occasional burst of vibrant colors such as the red of the Nazi uniforms serves as a jarring counterpoint. This contrast between the mundane and the horrific reinforces the film's exploration of the banality of evil. A symphony of horror. The sound design in the zone of interest is a masterful orchestration of terror. By carefully manipulating auditory elements, the film creates a haunting and immersive soundscape that amplifies the film's overall impact. The constant hum of crematorium, a distant industrial drone, serves as the relentless reminder of the horrors unfolding beyond the garden fence. This auditory backdrop creates a sense of unease and foreboding, foreshadowing the atrocities that occur within the camp. The film's use of silence is equally effective. By creating moments of auditory deprivation, the filmmakers force the audience to focus on subtle nuances of sound. The creaking of floorboards, the rusting of leaves, and the distant barking of dogs become heightened, imbued with a sense of menace. This deliberate absence of sound underscores the character's isolation and the looming threat of violence. The juxtaposition of domestic sounds with more sinister elements of the soundtrack is a powerful tool for creating dissonance and unease. The gentle clinking of teacups or the laughter of children is jarringly contrasted with the distant screams and gunshots emanating from the camp. This stark juxtaposition highlights the characters' willful ignorance and the moral compromises they make to maintain their sense of normalcy. Layered screenplay. The screenplay of The Zone of Interest is a masterclass in subtlety and ambiguity, inviting viewers to engage in a profound and unsettling contemplation of the nature of evil and the capacity of human depravity. By exploring the mundane aspects of the Hoss family's life, the film forces us to confront the uncomfortable truth that evil can thrive in the most ordinary of circumstances. The juxtaposition of domesticity and horror creates a profound sense of dissonance, highlighting the characters' willful blindness to the atrocities occurring just beyond their garden fence. The film's use of symbolism is both overt and subtle. The meticulously tended garden, a symbol of domesticity and order, stands in stark contrast to the chaos and destruction of the concentration camp. It represents the characters' desperate attempts to create a sense of normalcy in an increasingly abnormal world. The model railway, another symbol of control, serves as a microcosm of the Nazi regime's obsession with efficiency and order. The characters of Rudolf and Hedwig Hoss are complex and multifaceted. Rudolf's meticulously constructed world, both in his personal life and his professional role, is a facade designed to protect him from the horrors he oversees. His breakdown, symbolized by the act of retching, suggests a deep-seated internal conflict between his humanity and his allegiance to the Nazi regime. Hedwig, often relegated to the background, represents the silent victims of the war, forced to endure the consequences of her husband's actions. The scene of Rudolf Hoss retching is a pivotal moment in the film, revealing the cracks in his facade of detachment. This physical manifestation of his internal turmoil suggests a complex interplay between denial, guilt, and a desperate attempt to maintain his composure. The ambiguity surrounding the nature of his reaction invites multiple interpretations, forcing viewers to confront the possibility of human redemption or the enduring nature of evil. Hedwig's mother's abrupt departure from the household is a powerful symbol of rejection and defiance. Her decision to abandon her family can be interpreted as an act of moral courage, a refusal to be complicit in the horrors unfolding around her. Her absence serves as a haunting reminder of the psychological toll exacted by living in proximity to evil. The film's exploration of the Nazi family unit is particularly disturbing. The presentation of seemingly idyllic domestic life, juxtaposed with the horrors of the concentration camp, creates a cognitive dissonance that is both unsettling and thought-provoking. The film suggests that the normalization of evil is a gradual process, one that can occur within seemingly ordinary people. By examining these layers of meaning, The Zone of Interest invites viewers to engage in a profound and unsettling contemplation of the nature of evil and the capacity for human depravity. The film's refusal to offer easy answers or moral judgments forces audiences to grapple with the complexities of the human condition. The Banality of Evil. Character analysis. The Zone of Interest delves deep into the psychology of its characters, revealing the complexities of human nature in the face of unimaginable horror. Rudolf Hoss, the commandant of Auschwitz, is portrayed as a man seemingly detached from the atrocities he oversees. His meticulously cultivated facade of normalcy belies a deep-seated internal turmoil. The film suggests that his involvement in the Holocaust is not driven by malice, but rather by a warped sense of duty and a desire to ascend the ranks of the Nazi hierarchy. Hedwig Hoss, his wife, is a complex and enigmatic figure. Her apparent apathy towards her husband's action can be interpreted as a coping mechanism, a denial of the horrific reality she is forced to inhabit. However, her character also reveals the resilience of the human spirit. Despite her circumstances, she maintains a semblance of normalcy, caring for her children and tending the garden. Her eventual breakdown suggests a growing awareness of the moral implication of her life, a realization that comes too late to save her from the psychological damage inflicted upon her. The film's portrayal of Hoss children is particularly poignant. Their innocence and vulnerability serves as a stark contrast to the horrors unfolding around them. Their presence highlights the devastating impact of the war on future generations as they are forced to grow up in the shadow of their father's monstrous deeds. By exploring the complexities of these characters, the Zone of Interest offers a chilling portrait of the human capacity for evil. The film suggests that the perpetrators of the genocide are not necessarily monsters but ordinary people, corrupted by ideology and circumstance. Conclusion: a reflection of humanity's darkness. The Zone of Interest is a haunting and unforgettable cinematic experience that forces viewers to confront the uncomfortable truth about the banality of evil. By focusing on the mundane lives of the Host family, the film challenges our preconceived notion about the perpetrators of genocide. The film's deliberate pacing, stark imagery, and haunting sound design create a profoundly unsettling atmosphere that lingers long after the credits roll. Glazer's decision to avoid graphic depiction of violence is a bold and effective choice. By focusing on the psychological impact of the Holocaust, the film offers a more nuanced and disturbing portrait of human depravity. The film's exploration of themes such as complicity, denial, and the erosion of morality is both timely and relevant. The Zone of Interest is a film that demands to be seen, discussed, and remembered. Its unflinching portrayal of the Holocaust serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of confronting history and learning from the mistakes of the past. Overall, the film is a masterclass in cinematic storytelling, a work of art that will continue to provoke thought and debate for generations to come. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.